Well, hey everyone, happy 2017 to you. I hope the holiday season was good. I hope you had a good time, hopefully got some rest, or at least got some productivity in. Time with the family, I hope. But, you know, I'm kind of ready for 2017 to begin, believe it or not. Not a big fan of the winter, but it is good to see things kind of getting back to what we like to call normal around here. So, anyway, I want to talk to you about scales today, all right? Now, scales, you know, I was taking part in a class recently with a bunch of younger students, and we were talking about the importance of scales. Well, the guy leading the class actually was talking about the importance of scales, and he was talking about, you know, really knowing your scales well, no matter what instrument you play. It applies to every musician to know your scales, to be able to practice them up and down, 2 octave, 3 octave, whatever you can do, because that's important for your fingering. It's also important getting that scale into your head and into your muscle memory. It's also good to have that toolbox, that vocabulary, we say, for learning songs and for identifying different sounds in different songs. So, but the one thing I've always had a difficult time with was when somebody would say, this song is in this kind of a minor scale, or it uses this kind of a major scale or this kind of a minor scale. That didn't really connect with me for whatever reason. I just might be slow, I don't know, but it just didn't connect with me. So obviously I want to teach that well. I want to teach it like I would teach myself, I guess. And here's a good way that I hope is a good way anyway. And that is, let's apply some familiar melodies to these scales. Today I'm just going to show you 2 scales, and we're going to apply 2 very familiar melodies to each of those scales so that you can hear what those scales sound like in a melody, or what a melody sounds like in those scales. And since they're the same melody, you can kind of hear the difference and distinguish what change, what feel is happening with each scale. Okay? Let's just give that a try. So, 2 scales. First one, we're going to just do these in C. By the way, my 4-string friends, how about that, huh? All right. So a few of you have asked for 4-string tutorials, so here we go. This is going to be in C, and this is going to be the C major scale. It's probably one of the first scales we all learn. And here it is. It's C. We are on our A string here, starting on the 3rd fret, okay? It's going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we end it with C, okay? So those are the notes of that C major scale. Now, in order to really be able to apply a melody from one scale to the other, it's important that we get to know the numbers of each note. This way, we are numbering the notes instead of calling them by their letters. The benefit of this is that if we're changing keys, we're going to use the same numbers. We're only going to use 1 through 7 pretty much. We may call the octave 8 also. So let's do it. For instance, the major scale, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 is C, 2 is D, 3 is E, 4 is F, 5 is G, 6 A, 7 B, and of course 8 is the octave C. Okay, now let's throw a melody at this, okay? And the melody is going to be Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We all know it, okay? So how does that go? Well, it goes G, G, I'm sorry, C, C. Yeah, how does it go, Mike? C, C, G, G, A, A, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C, okay? Now, that's all well and good if you memorize those notes. However, if I say, hey, let's play it in E, well, now what do you got to do? You got to think, what notes am I going to be playing? Well, let's just number them, okay? What if I said Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Well, if you got that written down, or memorized, that's all you need. Because when you move to your next major scale, I don't care where it is, let's make it E flat, okay? Let's make it, E flat, okay? Here we go. And we're going to play, here's our scale. And now we're going to go, remember the number sequence. 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. See, you just played Twinkle, well, I just played it. Hopefully you played it with me. I just played Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star without having to even think about the notes in the key of E flat major. Okay? So now, let's take that back. Let's keep that same pattern for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Okay? Now we're going to apply that to a different scale. Here we go. This is the C minor scale. We can call it the C natural minor scale, but typically when we think of a basic C minor scale, it is this. And that's going to be C, D, E flat. Okay, we're on the 6th fret of your A string. F, G, A flat. Okay, we're on the 6th fret of the D string. B flat, 3rd fret of the G string, and C. Now, do you hear the difference there? Just hearing that scale. Fingering-wise, it's pretty easy because you're using if you use one finger per fret, you are simply using your index, ring, pinky, index, ring, pinky, index, ring. Okay, so it's a very, pretty simple pattern to memorize anyway. So now let's apply Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to this minor scale here. And remember, we're using the same pattern, so don't get caught up on the notes. Don't worry about that. Just know the scale, know the pattern of the scale, and know the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the octave C. So what was it? It was 1, 1, 5, 5. Okay. 6, 6, 5. Now it's going to sound a little different. All right, then 4, 4. Okay, so that's a darker sounding Twinkle Twinkle, right? So 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. So you don't want to sing that to your child before bedtime, but it's that's how we apply that to our minor scale. We just remember the notes, we memorize the note sequence for the melody. Let me show you a real easy one. Back to the C major. All right, an easy melody that uses all the notes in the scale is one we probably just sang quite a bit last month, and it's this. Okay, Joy to the World. It's just descending scale. The original melody is just descending down the major scale. Here we go. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay. Or if we do it in numbers, we're going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now let's take that to the minor. All right, here's our minor scale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, C minor. And now let's hear the difference. Let's hear a more sobering Joy to the World, okay? Perhaps a cautious Joy to the World, I don't know. Yeah, not as happy or joyful sounding, is it? But that is how Joy to the World would sound in the minor key, all right? So if we could take any other 7-note scale and do the same thing. So if I were to take what we call the Phrygian scale, okay, it is, that would be, I'm sorry, what am I doing here? Try it again. All right, so if we did Joy to the World in the Phrygian scale, it would sound like this. Oh. I hear that second there. That second note is what we call flat second, and it just sounds even weirder, doesn't it? All right. If we did Joy to the World in a dominant 7 scale, in other words, we just flatten the 7, it would be like this. All right, we could do this with every scale, and we can just apply a familiar melody to that scale, and that's how you do it. Get to know the number sequence of the scale, and then get to know the scale, get to know where each note or each numbered note is in that scale, and then start applying a melody to it. And then you can hear the difference. Not only can you hear not only will you get to know the scale, but you'll start to hear the scale a little more, making the scale a little more applicable, I think. So hopefully that helps you out. Just something I was thinking about the other day, and I thought, well, let me throw this on a video and see if it gives you a little help this week, okay? All right, until next time, I will see you then.